You guys look really warm and nice in here, actually. It's very cold outside, so thank you for coming. I'm really happy to see some known faces, but also a lot of people that I'm eager to meet at the end. As the MC just mentioned, I am not a cybersecurity expert anymore, unfortunately. I'm completely a chef. I'm a Bangladeshi chef, and I will be your moderator for the panel today. And with me, I have Dr. Ursula Mudianwa. She is the head physician at the original FX Mayor Outpatient Clinic in Austria, which is a holistic house that provides diagnostics, preventive care, and therapeutic medicine. So a big round of applause for her. We have Kishwar Chaudhary. As mentioned, she is a Melbourne-based Bangladeshi Australian chef, most notably known for being the second runner-up at MasterChef in Australia. So, and we have Chef Valentine Warner. He is a renowned cook, food writer, and broadcaster, as mentioned. But also, interestingly, he is the co-founder and host of Kitchen on the Edge of the World, a series of special food and craft events beneath the light show of the northern skies in the Arctic Norway, which is interesting in itself. So, this session is called Food Stories, and it sounds very vague, but it'll be sort of exploration of what unites us when it comes to food, how it is relatable, whether you're chefs or a physician. And using that, I will segue into my first question. I think people have this idea of how we eat as professionals at home. People think I eat really fancy, it's always well-balanced, it's always plated nicely. So my first question is to all three of you, starting with Valentine, because in your book, The Consolation of Food, you mentioned about cooking through grief, to cook in a way that uplifts our souls, to soothe our feelings. What is the one comfort food you cook at home, but you would think twice about serving it to a guest? You know, something that you're not embarrassed of, but you know, you think twice.
Well, I did once cook a roasted pig's head for a girlfriend I was interested in. Anyway, that went nowhere quite. But I think I really don't like being asked the question of a favourite. I'm an extremely grumpy man with a kaleidoscope of moods throughout the day, and so really what I want to eat very much depends on my mood. And also, when you're, where are you? You know, whether at home or abroad. Here, I walk down into this insane breakfast in the Intercontinental Hotel from all over the world. Germans would be happy, French would be happy. There's croissants and slices of cheese and ham. But I'm in Dhaka, and so I've been eating delicious little curries for breakfast every morning because that's what seems right to me. So mood is everything, and also kind of memory, what you were saying about my father when he died, which was very traumatic, kind of watching this kind of hero of mine die, but then it kind of propelled me, he taught me so much about food, and you know, whether it was grand restaurants or things being made on the side of the road in a little lean-to on some crazy holiday we're on. It was actually what I did cook then was the scrambled eggs. He said that scrambled eggs should never be, you should never be able to sculpt them because they're so hard. They must only be cooked with butter. Milk is a crime, and when you put them on the plate, they should slowly migrate from side to side, but not be too soupy. So I made a lot of scrambled eggs.
Valentine, you're going to give Nigella Lawson a run for her money with that description. That was sexy. I want scrambled eggs now. But I think with comfort foods comes, I guess, something that was very pivotal in my journey was shedding the idea of food that we're embarrassed about or we wouldn't serve outside our homes. We have so many beautiful dishes that we consider under kama rather than things that we serve at a dawat. When we're trying to impress people, we're cooking pulao and kurma and all these fantastic, rich sort of heritage dishes. But I think I challenged that very notion on MasterChef and probably got asked a lot, and like to a lot of people's shock, you know, put Panta Bhat in a grand finale, and really challenged the notion of what dishes belong in fine dining spaces, what dishes belong in spaces that are visible. So I think something that I love to cook and I love to eat very publicly that I usually cook at home is jalbhat. I just love that I think every culture, yes, I think every culture has a version of this. So it's something it's somewhere between congee and risotto. So just imagine we use like a chini guracha, which is it's a grain of rice that's very regional. The chini guracha that we get comes from Bikrampur.
Sorry to do it.
Everyone wants to know.
And it's just very fragrant. It's not really a broken rice, but it's close to a broken rice because it's quite a small grain. And then you just cook it with just like a risotto. It's slightly runny, the consistency, but as it goes cold, it sort of sets. And I love that skin that you get on top of the rice skin that you get on top of a good risotto. And what I like to eat it with is galajira butter. So that's nigella seeds. Roasted, ground, and it's just got that very earthy bitterness, and ghee. You always have to have ghee, so just either clarified butter that we make at home, or ghee, nigella seed, crushed nigella seeds, and jalbhat, like a congee or risotto. I love that.
Thank you.
Well, it's good to talk with two chefs. I suppose I'm a physician, I cannot tell you the recipes like this. But I'm happy to be here and to talk to you as a sight, as a physician. And you can imagine it's not always easy to tell the people, please keep thinking saturated fats, don't have as much cream, please don't eat as much meat, and then you meet them at the restaurant and